But traffic in New York City making its way back and forth between Manhattan and the borough. Here are the starters for Milwaukee. Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Holiday. And it's Middleton in at small forward. And for Brooklyn, we've got DeAndre Jordan. Harris is out there with Durant. Then it's Harden. And it's Irving at the point guard. Holiday surveying the floor. The pass to DiVincenzo. Durant against Antetokounmpo. Shot clock at 3. And here's DiVincenzo from the arc. That one's no good. 0-1 to begin the game. Steps back and shoots. And that one's good. Durant. Lots of speed and athleticism on the floor tonight, Brent. What do you think could determine the outcome?
Well, if guys are going to play fast, Kevin, and guys are going to be up in the air, it's going to come down to very solid decision-making to see who it is that separates themselves in this one.
Holiday, the pass to Lopez. And the layup is good.
Lopez powering through that time.
We're about 1 minute into the first. Outside Irving. Passes it to KD. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way.
And he's not going to miss many of those, especially that wide open.
Well, he's automatic from the mid-range, and the defense knows that. It's a mistake to give up a shot like that.
Back to Holiday. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Well, a longer point guard out there, Drew Holiday, can score close into the rim with that kind of size.
Harden outside. Harris outside. Beyond the arc. Rebound, Milwaukee. Back to DiVincenzo. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday.
Not sure how he saw that there. Holiday with a firm understanding how to get the ball to an open teammate.
Harden the pass to Jordan. Outside Irving. The Nets working the ball around now. Harris misses. The Bucks have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Stolen by Harden. And now the fast break. Durant with the ball. And a wide open look for Irving. Misses the 3. And so Giannis will bring it up for Milwaukee. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
Giannis bringing it down, using that sensational length to get that finish.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Durant kicks to Harden. The 19-foot shot buries the jump shot.
And I love seeing Harden get room to shoot from that mid-range position, an effective scorer in that area.
And here in the first, about 3 minutes in, high post Lopez. The kick out to Holiday. Shot clock at 6. Lobbed up there for Lopez. The shot by Holiday, no good.
Well, the D's so tight on him, it makes him alter his shot. And an easy chance turns into a tough one because the defense is swarming.
Harden against DiVincenzo. And the basket by Harden.
Yeah, you got your shooters and you have your scorers, but James Harden is both.
Outside Holiday. And it goes out of bounds. That one's off Holiday.
Now, I'm all for the crowd interacting with the players, but not so much the players interacting with the crowd. That one, errant pass.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Green comes in for Kevin Durant. Bruce Brown, he's checked in for James Harden. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Kyrie Irving. The Bucks have gone 4 of 7 from the field, shooting over 50%. Middleton outside. Pass to Tucker. Here is Forbes. Here's Connaughton. Second chance shot. It's deflected. And here's Harris from the arc. And it's Connaughton with the rebound. The Bucks trail. lets it go from 14. Misses that one. He's 0 for 1 from a 4. Brooklyn's gone 0 for 4 from three-point land to start out. Looking cold from outside.
And running with a full head of steam, but completely under control.
Yeah, you think he's comfortable at that speed. He's done it so many times before. Just an absolute blur in transition, and that helps get the rhythm going.
For 3, Middleton. Dinwiddie with the rebound. Up in time. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And we reached the end of the first quarter. Nets out in front. Finishing the quarter on a tremendous 8-0 run. And we'll be back with you.
Definitely the game will slow down a lot for me.
Well, Greg, that might be why they put up so many points. They all know the roles. They've got the right recipe for everything they want to do on offense.
Yeah, his awareness plus unselfishness puts defenders in a no-win situation.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And taking a look at the Nets' performance here, guys, what jumps out to you, stats-wise?
Well, their effort on the defensive end has set the tone for this game.
That defense has been infectious here as everybody stepping up aggressively on that end.
They've got Joe Harris, also Green out there, and it's Brown in at the shooting guard. That's the Nets 5 as we get into the second quarter. 6 on the shot clock. Right side, Green. Shoots over Tucker. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. The Nets making a switch here. Durant's checked in. And that was a great replay we just saw of our Mobile One block.
And read the play perfectly. Gets himself in the air at the right moment. Terrific denial.
Back to Teague. Pass to Tucker. The Bucks need to get a shot off here. And it's Connaughton missing. That's leading by 6. Stolen. Tucker with the ball. Picked up by Brown. Portis, the pass to Connaughton. It's tipped. Deflects the pass. And now here's Durant, the fast break opportunity. It's good from about 19 feet. Durant's got the lead up to 8 now for the Nets.
Well, that's 3 of their last 5 baskets in transition.
The pass to Connaughton. Back to Teague. He kicks it to Antetokounmpo. Here's Connaughton. He's covered by Brown. That one good for 2. Teague's got his first points in this one.
Love how Jeff Teague did not fear that attempt. He was amongst the trees, but it did not affect the shot.
Outside, Green. Passes it to Claxton. Back to Green. Outside for Durant. Pass to Dinwiddie. Just 5 on the clock. Jackson coming off the assist from Katie. And the Nets lead by 8.
Their interior has been inferior defensively. It has got to tighten up.
Pass to Tucker. To the paint. Portis, the pass to Connaughton. Back to Portis. Shoots over KD. Nice shot by Portis.
That's just tremendous scoring instinct. So fun to watch him work in the half court.
Dinwiddie passes to Durant. And then Durant with the jam.
On defense, your priority is to close out on Durant's outside shot, but then he has that tight handle. Simply drives right by you.
And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. Back to Connaughton. And he's fouled pretty hard on that. And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to have a challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
On the wing, Harden, guarded by Holiday. Jordan kicks to Harden. And here's KD for three. Out of bounds. Milwaukee takes possession.
That's tough because that one's preventable. The defense has nothing to do at all with that turnover.
Dante DiVincenzo. He's checked in for Pat Connaughton. Antetokounmpo finds Holiday. Back to Antetokounmpo. Down low. Stolen by Harden. And now the fast break. Irving with the ball. Goes up on the wing. And again, it's Brooklyn converting.
And the jump shot has been a dimension of this game where they've had a clear advantage.
44 seconds left to play here in the half. Here's the lob. Antetokounmpo. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Yeah, you could throw that pass just about anywhere, even the top of the square for Giannis to go and get.
Harden the pass to Jordan. Taken away by Holiday. Here's Middleton. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
There's 18 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. The wide open look for Durant. Wide open, couldn't capitalize.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Well, he could just see over the defense. The eyes to spot the open man. Giannis flourishing right now as a facilitator.
It's Harden with the drive, and that's it for the first half of action. All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And we hope you enjoy. Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. They never put themselves in too much. Thanks for joining.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. We've seen Kevin Durant really having a great game.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, this is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
While we've got a moment, let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. On the court for the Bucks, Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Holiday out there with Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Lopez in at the center position. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Irving, good look. Knocks it loose. And here's Middleton bringing it up now for Milwaukee. Trailing by 2.
I don't know, 2 strides, 3 strides. What was that? Giannis covering some ground.
Net shooting 52% from the floor. Nice work so far from them. Right side, Kevin Durant. From deep, Harden. Unable to get that one. So Milwaukee will take it the other way. The bucket is good. He'll have a chance for one more. It's going to be on James Harden.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
For Milwaukee, they have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
And talking about last season, this team hit just 74% of their free throws. I'm sure they were hoping for better than that.
So many things have changed around Drew Holiday. The one thing that's been a constant is that he's a hard worker, such a great all-around player who likes to be a leader, and he has been for this ball club.
Jordan trying to free himself up, and that one's good. Irving.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Well, just ripping through right there as he finds the open spot and gets right through there. High basketball IQ play.
The pass to Middleton. With nobody on him, he buries the jumper.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Harden against Howard. KD, he's open, and a little luck that time, but it drops. KD's got 10 points in the game.
Well, that's a smart shot by KD. Sizes up the D and then just cashes in.
Holiday gets the bucket, and the Bucks lead by 3.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Now Harden. And it's a defensive 3-second violation. Now in the free agent race last year, for your money, Greg, who would you have rather take? Kawhi and PG, Kevin Durant and Kyrie.
Oof. Well,
Wow.
I tell you what, it's a tough call. You know,
That is.
got a couple Finals MVPs. KD's got a couple. Kyrie's got a ring. It's a tough call. I mean, PG is more than capable, man. I think it's a toss-up, partner.
I agree. Yep, I'm going to agree with you. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
And there's a whistle. That goes on Bryn Forbes. That's his first foul. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Antetokounmpo's checked in for P.J. Tucker. Antetokounmpo comes in for Chris Middleton. Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for Bryn Forbes. And it's Teague in for Dante DiVincenzo. We've got 1:55 left in the third quarter of the game. Teague feeling it out a bit. 6 to shoot. And Giannis gets it to go on the assist by Teague. Giannis has got 4 points now in the quarter. And here's Irving. 5 points in the game. And he banks in the layup. Irving's got the game tied up here for Brooklyn.
I know Kyrie is not the biggest guy on the floor, but he is built to take that kind of contact.
Teague drives in. Can't hit from in close. Nets have gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. Here's Brown. Lays it up and banks it in. And the Nets lead by 2.
I just think that's trouble. You're gonna let that guy shoot layups. You're asking for it.
There's the lob to Portis. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down. Teague against Irving. That one falls. Irving's got 9.
Doing a lot of nice work now from the field. He's helped get them this lead, and now he's helped them keep it.
Pass to Antetokounmpo. There's 31 seconds left in the third quarter.
Watching that guy put on a burst of speed, he takes up so much of the floor. There's a burst by Giannis.
Now, here is Irving. 9 points in the game so far. Dishes it to Jordan. Back to Irving. That one doesn't drop. Some solid defense from Antetokounmpo. Here's Connaughton. Off with the layup. On its way from Irving for 2. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. Irving's got 9 points now in the quarter.
Kyrie's such a blur in the open court. Leaks out so quickly and then gets to the right spot in transition.
What a performance for Kyrie Irving. He has been the story for the Brooklyn Nets. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
Now the passing for the team becoming contagious, this time involving the big.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. Harden out there with Irving. And it's Durant. Then there's Hicks. And it's Claxton in at the 5 roaming the paint. So that's the Nets 5. On the top of the key. That one wide left.
So weird. Sometimes when you get that much time, it can throw you off just as much as having no time.
And Portis throws it down.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Pass to Claxton. And Harden wide open. He shoots. And the 3 off target.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Shrugs off the contact and dunks it. He'll go to the free throw line.
Go into the rack with energy. And the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, got to chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
There's some ways to get your coach's attention, and that draws the coaching staff's ire.
Nets trail by 3. Irving with it. This one for 3. That one falls through. It's his 6th make from the floor this game. Now 6 for 10.
Are we sure that's the same player, guys? He looks completely different. What confidence he's playing with, and look how engaged he is on both ends.
Pass to Portis. Rebounded by the Nets. Claxton's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Nets passing it around. Irving for 3. A rebound by the Bucks. We're just over a minute and a half now into the 4th. Basket counts. And the Bucks lead by 2.
Vital basket there. This is just the time and really just the situation when he looks to take over.
Harden outside. And the jam by Harden.
And I just love how aggressive Harden is inside. When he's deep like that, he is ready to finish with authority.
Here's Teague. Now the pass to Portis. Back to Teague. Shot clock at 5. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Awesome job by Jeff Teague to pick up some steam on the drive and pick up a foul in the process.
And the first one at the line is good. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Brook Lopez is checked in for Portis. Antetokounmpo comes in for P.J. Tucker. Chris Middleton's checked in for Antetokounmpo. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Pat Connaughton. Here's Claxton. Lopez covering. Here's Irving. Rebounded by the Bucks. Antetokounmpo's got 4 rebounds now tonight. It's good. Now he's shooting 6 for 7.
Giannis Antetokounmpo is a star in this league, and more the team trusts him in those moments.
And so they foul intentionally.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Jordan, he's checked in for the Nets. And Milwaukee also making a switch. Drew Holiday is checked in for T. Jordan. Whistle blows. Yep, that's going to be a travel.
Yeah, that's a tough one. An experienced player in the pro game shouldn't be making that pass.
Irving against Holiday. Passes to Lopez. Back to Holiday. Giannis outside. On the wing, DiVincenzo. Over Harden. Kept alive. Here's Lopez. Goes back up. For 3, Middleton. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. Antetokounmpo's got 3 assists in the game. Harden dishes to Irving. 1:07 left to play here in the 4th. Here's KD. Steps back and dreams the jump shot.
Despite a laid-back nature, Durant demands the ball in crunch time. This is why.
Holiday. Outside, Antetokounmpo. Feeds it to Lopez. And then jammed down as he goes right over DeAndre Jordan.
Give them credit. They've worked hard all game, now looking to finish it.
Oh, great job of getting in position to win a game. It's been an all-out effort from the squad.
Harden against Holiday. Now, here is Harden. Defense right on him. That one doesn't go. 20 seconds left to play in the final quarter. And here's Middleton. A step back shot here. No good that time. And here's KD for three. Gets the three to fall.
Durant's skill, he's got so many scoring options. Left, right, and of course over the top.
So it's Milwaukee picking up the win. All right, David, thank you. And that about wraps it up. And stays true. David, thank you. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Powell is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Nurkic in at the pivot spot manning the middle. And for the Nets, Durant is out there with Joe Harris. Then there's DeAndre Jordan. Then it's Harden, and it's Irving at point guard. Now here's Irving. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Terrific, talented backcourts tonight, Greg. Did it ever add anything for you playing across another top-level guard?
Listen, it raises the stakes, no doubt about it. You always want the opportunity to play against the best because you want to see where you stand. But in the end, even when you know a guy's better than you, and you're going to have that be the case a lot of nights, you still know that you will have an ability to impact the outcome when it comes to winning. And that's where you have to keep your focus.
And it's Lillard again missing. And so it's Harden bringing it up for Brooklyn. 4-point game. They get the rebound. The kick out to Irving. Off target with his three. Portland's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Here's Nurkic. Over in the corner, Lillard. Three-pointer. Drills it from outside.
Awesome form on the triple. Lillard with textbook technique.
Pass to Irving. Just around a minute and a half into the first quarter. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take it. For Portland, they've gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Now the feed to McCollum. Back to Lillard. From deep three-point range. No good. Shot missing. And Brooklyn will now go the other way with it.
Just one made field goal in 5 tries. Not a good start. Boy, KD gets himself right to the rim. Liftoff is complete.
Lillard from deep three-point land. Lillard again missing.
Boy, a really tough quarter for this guy. Just struggling to make shots right now.
Durant with a wide open look. Rebound by Nurkic.
And it didn't fall, but that's the kind of shot they want their offense to create.
You know, it can be frustrating when you make the right play and fail to reap the rewards. You just have to stay with it here.
Yeah, quick thinking, wins Dame, assists, finds the open man, and the ball instantly there for the finish.
Well, Norman Powell these last several seasons has turned himself into a knockdown shooter. And obviously last season much more involved on the offensive end, and that to me was his best performance to date.
Here's Lillard following the basket by Kyrie Irving. Back to Lillard. From deep. Rebounded by the Nets.
Boy, a tough go for him in this quarter. You can see how desperately he wants to get things started. He just can't make a shot.
And the dunk by Jordan.
DeAndre Jordan simply a force around the cup. This guy has rare athleticism.
And with Powell, they rely on his shooting to open things up for everyone else.
Yeah, and for Norman Powell, he knows what he's about and welcomes that role. This is a guy who understands how to relocate in the midst of plays to create separation from defenders. He's always ready in catch-and-shoot situations.
Now, here's Lillard. Kicks it out to McCollum. Some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. And Damian Lillard with the bucket on the assist from Covington. Lillard's got 6 points.
Very aggressive in terms of looking for his shot. 9 attempts already, but only able to knock down 2.
Here's Harden. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
And Harden's such a creative scorer, especially when he gets in close to the basket.
52 seconds left to play here in the first. Lillard way outside. Jordan with the rebound. Jordan's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
They can go 2 for 1.
It's about being smart right now.
Great positioning on the putback.
And this is where Nurkic gets a lot of his points, staying active even after the shot goes up.
Here's Harden. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Lillard against Irving. From deep three-point range, and Lillard gets it to go. He's got 9.
You won't find too many players with a better understanding of the pick and roll than Lillard. He runs that set to a T.
And the basket by Harden.
This guy can do so much for you on the offensive end, and that is why his number gets called time and time again.
And so it's Damian Lillard making things happen for the Portland Trail Blazers. That quarter had to take. Greg, we know many guys in the NBA have range, but Damian...
I'm training summer.
The team seems to support, Greg, that philosophy 100%.
The game has changed. Some guys would rather take a few steps back to get a cleaner look. Lillard being one of them.
And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. What stands out to you guys from the Trailblazers so far in this one?
Just stretching out the floor in that first. They had the defense scrambling.
And that was obviously the plan coming in. Now the big question, can they maintain that efficiency from range as the game goes along?
We've got Brown. Griffin is out there with Durant, and it's Claxton in at the 4. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
McCollum outside to the right side. Here's Simons. Trailblazers keep it alive. Passes it to McCollum from deep. The shot that time, not on target. The Nets go the other way with it. Tries from 10. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
Oh, they own the interior right now. 10 straight points coming from inside.
McCollum against Brown. From deep three-point range, and McCollum is good for 3. McCollum's got himself on the board with 3 there.
I don't think the range surprises anyone anymore. CJ can shoot the lights out from any position.
There's the pass to KD. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Trailblazers have gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. McCollum fires from way outside. The rebound by KD.
Just enough coverage to bother that three-point attempt.
And McCollum on the floor, all business. Off the court, he's a very outspoken player, very colorful guy. And Greg, you were saying you see a future in media for him when he stops playing.
No doubt about it, Kevin. I mean, McCollum spoke up quickly about the seriousness of the virus when they were playing. He's very knowledgeable and shares what's on his mind. A media position after he's done playing is a very real possibility if he chooses to.
Joe Harris is checked in for Brooklyn. And Portland with a change here, too. Lillard's checked in. From deep. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Shot clock at 6. Portland needs to get off a shot. Here's Simons. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Trailblazers lead by 1. Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
It reminds me of that cameo song, Back and Forth.
Dinwiddie outside. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
Taking back the lead once more. Give these teams credit. Man, they are battling.
Neither team willing to give an inch, and neither able to seize the momentum. This has been a fascinating one to watch.
The wide open look here for Anthony. That's 3-pointers off the mark. And here's Brown. He'll bring it up for Brooklyn. Pass to Griffin. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
Hammering it home. Griffin making use of that athleticism and size. That combination makes him such an offensive threat.
Lillard against Brown. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. From deep three-point range, Portland keeps it going. A new 14-second shot clock. Lillard from deep three-point land. The Trailblazers rebound. From deep. Some solid defense from Brown.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
So for the Nets, DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Griffin. James Harden comes in for Joe Harris. And Kyrie Irving subbed in for Dinwiddie. The Trailblazers also changing it up. Nurkic checked in for Enes Kanter. Robert Covington comes in for Collins. And it's Powell in for Anthony Simons. 44 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Lillard way outside. An absolute bomb from three-point range. Lillard's got 15.
Even after all those three-pointers he hit in that first quarter, looks like the D still didn't learn its lesson as they've left him open for another one.
Irving's shot is good.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
And a deep three from Lillard. It's hauled in by Claxton.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
Boy, we're seeing it more and more. Guys looking to create additional space by stepping back further from the line.
Here's Lillard. From beyond the arc and then some. Lillard's got a couple of three-pointers in the second for the Trailblazers. And some good action through the first two quarters as we reach halftime. Nets out in front. Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the
2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the... Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. Some good action during the period as it was just a... And that'll do it for...
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. You have to like what we've seen so far from Damian Lillard.
And if he can keep shooting from deep like he did in the first half, he's going to be more than a handful.
What I love is they've continued to feed this guy, ride the hot hand until the defense does something about it.
Here's who Terry Stotts is starting the second half with. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Powell in at the small forward. From deep, Harden. And it's Portland with the rebound. Nurkic has got his fourth rebound in this one. Nobody near Irving. And they cash in right away with the quick shot.
Well, what do? If you play up on Kyrie, he'll go by. If you back off him, he'll pull up. Pick your poison. Doesn't matter.
Got a piece of it. McCollum kicks to Lillard. Jacks up a three, and he's good on the three ball. Lillard's got 21.
And really, as the three-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense.
Harden the pass to Jordan. Banked in off the glass. I know you appreciate this, Greg. So much of defense now is closing out on the three-point shooting and then protecting the rim. Consequently, pull-up jump shooters are super valuable. And there are a lot of good ones in the NBA right now.
No doubt about it. And Kevin, you know, you think about a few guys. James Harden, I mean, he shoots that step-back three, but he's a guy that, because of his ability to utilize your inability to defend that three-pointer, Kyrie, Dame Lillard, those are some guys. Chris Paul still as good as anybody in that mid-range area. C.J. McCollum. These are guys that have really feasted and carved out a nice niche for themselves in the NBA because of that ability to take and make jump shots.
And I love that list. You're right on it. Again, the miss by Lillard.
And he has been ice cold from beyond the arc here since halftime, and he continues yet to fire away. He has got to tone it down if he wants to help his team. And how about this stat? Over the course of Robert Covington's career, over 60% of his shots coming from long range.
And Greg, the prototypical 3-and-D guy, you almost want to reverse it because defense has been the pivot point for Robert Covington's emergence as a player in this league.
Come on. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. And here are the Trailblazers now. Covington passes to Lillard. It's stolen by Harris. And here we go. Harden heading to the hoop. Finished off the break. Harden's got 8 points.
This guy has been a catalyst for them all game long. What a job leading them to this lead.
Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. That ties it up. Lillard's got a pair of threes now here in the third for the Trailblazers.
Yeah, in the first half, he was unstoppable from deep. Now, 2 more since the break.
Irving for 3. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
What about the intensity? Go ahead, Mr. Jordan. We see you working out there.
Nobody near Lillard. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. And it's Harris with the ball for Brooklyn. Durant feeling it out a bit. Lillard against Harris. From deep three-point range. On the rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got 6 rebounds now in the game. So they take the lead. Lillard's got 11 here in this quarter alone.
I'll tell you, this lead's not going anywhere with this guy making plays. What a quarter.
54 seconds left to play here in the third. The 3 from Harden. Rebound by Nurkic. Portland leading. And the foul on Joe Harris. That's his first foul. A big group substitution here for Brooklyn. Griffin's checked in for Jordan. Nicholas Claxton comes in for Kevin Durant. Bruce Brown, he's checked in for Harris. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Irving. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Enes Kanter's checked in for Nurkic. Zach Collins comes in for Robert Covington. Derek Jones, he's checked in for McCollum. And it's Simons in for Lillard. Here's Harden, and the jam by Harden.
You know, and with how deliberate he can be, Harden still can surprise defenders with that burst, that underrated vertical that he possesses.
Pass to Powell. Passes it to Simons. And he lays it straight in. Simons has got the lead up to 4 now for Portland.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grind-it-out game.
And so it's Damian Lillard making things happen for the Portland Trailblazers. And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. Nets shooting 61% from the field, showing some marvelous touch out there. We've got Brown, who's out there with Durant, and it's Claxton in at the 5 spot. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Here's Harden, and he elevates, and then the slam. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And the D not really doing its job there. A little slow to react to the ball getting into the paint.
Simons, the pass to Kanter. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. And the Trailblazers lead by 2. Fourth quarter still young, just over a minute play. Here's Harden. Count it. Harden's got it all tied up now for the Nets.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Here's Simons. Dinwiddie covering. Cantor's shot is off.
Got to credit the defense. They found a way to stop him, and that's never an easy task.
Durant kicks to Harden. Back to KD. 6 on the shot clock. To take the lead. That's tipped.
Encouraging to see Cantor trying harder on the defensive end. There's height. There's ability to block shots. Go to work, Ennis.
The Nets have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. And he commits the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Joe Harris is checked in for Brown, and Kyrie Irving subbed in for Dinwiddie. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Cantor. Robert Covington comes in for Collins. A.J. McCollum, he's checked in for Jones. And Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons.
Well, all night he has made an impact at the offensive end. Now he's trying to shut the door.
Harden the pass to Irving. It's good. The assist that time from Harden.
Huge bucket from Kyrie. Knows how to deliver.
Lillard outside. Brooklyn with the rebound. In transition, here come the Nets. Harden's got the ball.
Kevin Durant calmly steps into that shot with the game hanging in the balance. Love it.
Here's Lillard, and Damian Lillard with the jam.
Proof positive that Lillard is worthy. That's talent you can build a franchise around.
Outside, KD. And there's the pass to Harden, and stolen by Lillard. And now McCollum running the floor all by himself. On deep. Lillard misses. And it's Harris with the ball for the Brooklyn Nets. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. And here we go. Trailblazers with a fast break. A minute 20 left in the fourth quarter. Lillard attacking. Bucket is good. Lillard's got 6 in the quarter.
Almost unstoppable on the drive. Lillard's talent for ball handling, letting him just cut through the defense.
Irving against Lillard. And basket number 6 to his stat sheet. He's now 6 for 10.
Now, when the game is on the line, Kyrie is the guy you want taking the shot. He is a stone-cold finisher.
It's deflected. And now here's Durant, the best break opportunity. Yes!
So much riding on that shot. What a bucket.
I'll tell you, that changes things, doesn't it? Good job, young fella. What a game.
And they go to the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
And Brooklyn making a change here. Jordan's checked in, and the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Cantor checked in for Nurkic. Lillard, the pass to McCollum.
And something that Harden continues to work on. That kind of defensive effort makes his coaches and teammates proud.
So, guys, it comes down to this.
Time for your stars to shine.
Harden outside. Outside Jordan. Durant dishes to Harden. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
As crafty as they come, Harden uses that tremendous body control to his advantage.
So he gets them both, and it's a 4-point ball game.
He knew what was riding on those foul shots and didn't mess around, making this a 2-possession game.
Lillard way outside. But they'll get another chance.
The momentum continues to go their way. Pretty much the story of the game.
From downtown, and again for 3. buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable.
And so it's Brooklyn who scrapes by with the win. That was David, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us. That'll be
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
The borough of Brooklyn. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for Hey, Dave.
Kevin, thanks very much.
All right, David, thank you. Here are the starters for Los Angeles. We've got Kawhi Leonard. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. And it's Ibaka. And it's Morris in at the four-man position. And for the Nets, Kyrie Irving is out there with Harden. And it's Durant. Then it's Joe Harris. And it's Jordan in at the center, locking down the middle. Now, here is Irving. Harden outside. Just 5 to shoot. Jordan trying to free himself up. Harden can't hit. And so Ibaka will bring it up for the Clippers.
And Clark, when you look at the footwork of James Harden, arguably some of the best in the history of this league.
And you know, Greg, he studied the greats. I mean, he loved Ginobili's Euro step and then added it to his own game. Now he's taking that to another level, and he's the one giving out the lesson. But you're right. Got great strength, but the footwork is really outstanding.
Here's Beverly after the made shot from KD. About a minute played so far here in the first. Outside Leonard. And a miss there on the triple. And now the fast break. Durant with the ball. Lobs it up for Jordan. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Boy, Jordan is an alley-oop specialist, a big target with strength and bounce.
Ibaka dishes to Beverly. Back to Ibaka. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here. Rebound, Brooklyn.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
You know, guys, I think he's got confidence to shoot it from anywhere, but he could have gotten a better one than that.
The Nets have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. For 3, Harris. That's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession. Here is Durant. Kicks to Irving. And the pass to Jordan. 5 to shoot. Goes up from the top of the key.
Passion is something we love to see no matter what we're doing, and Leonard plays with great passion. A defensive menace who gives everything he has to shut his man down while still doing it at the offensive end, too.
And here's Beverly. The layup off target. Harden against George. It's Durant on the wing. No problems knocking that one down. Durant's got his second basket of the game. Greg, you've always said to have a winning team, you need franchise players. Talk about the specific qualities you look for in those superstars that can catapult a team to greatness.
It's a great question, Kevin. Talent really isn't enough. You know, whether you lead vocally or by example, the agenda has to be winning, and your best players really define who your team is going to be. So the franchise caliber player is a much needed asset.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Griffin's checked in for Jordan. Nicholas Claxton comes in for Kevin Durant. Bruce Brown, he's checked in for James Harden. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Kyrie Irving. And the Nets miss again. Clippers trail by 6. Kennard with the ball. Picked up by Brown.
And offensively, he has been a liability more than he's helped this quarter.
Here's Claxton. Brown outside. Pass to Griffin. Harris outside. From deep. And again, no good by Brooklyn. And so it's Rondo bringing it up for the Clippers. Leonard, no luck.
Guys, this hasn't been his quarter. I mean, to me, he just doesn't look completely comfortable or confident.
Harris looking it over. The shot, no good. The Clippers go the other way with it. And Nicholas Claxton gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Clippers trail by 6. And they get it. Denied for the 3rd time. He's 0 for 3.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backboard.
And a trend they'd love to continue right through the next 3 quarters as well.
Dinwiddie passes to Griffin. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
And that's just too easy. When Griffin gets to that area of the floor, expect him to finish.
A shot by George, wide open. Los Angeles with another miss. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And taking a look at the Nets' performance here, guys, what jumps out to you, stats-wise?
Aggressive at running guys to the backboard. You could tell it was part of their game plan coming in.
Yeah, and you know, when a team establishes an edge on the glass early, it really sets things up for the rest of the game.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. Setting the floor for the Nets. We've got Brown. Griffin is out there with Joe Harris. And it's Dinwiddie in at the point guard. And the Nets making a change here. Harden's checked in. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Morris. Batum comes in for Leonard. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for George. And it's Jackson in for Patrick Beverly.
And it's kind of the running joke when you think of James Harden, often maligned for his lack of effort defensively, but quite honestly, I thought he improved a great deal a season ago.
And you know, Greg, I observed the same thing. His overall commitment was better. And not just steals and blocks either. I'm just talking about his awareness, his commitment to that end of the floor. It was a focal point. If he continues on that track, I think he's going to make an impact at that end as well.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Griffin. Kevin Durant comes in for Brown. And it's Kyrie Irving in for Dinwiddie. Clippers trail by 10. Here's Jackson. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And Jackson certainly doesn't lack confidence. A speedy guard who can fill it up in no time.
Both free throws good from Jackson. And the Nets with possession here. And we're starting the second quarter, about a minute gone. Pass to Jordan. Back to Harden. Wants to get it to KD and done.
That's platinum level dime dropping right there by Harden. Such a smart passer. Gets us to his teammates on time and on target.
Now here's Jackson. Passes to Cousins. Trying to get open is Ibaka. And Cousins gets it to go.
Really nice job moving the ball around that time, picking apart that defense.
We're closing in on 2 minutes played here in the second quarter. Here's the pass to Durant. Clock at 6. Shot from the wing. Again, the Nets for 2.
Yeah, and their shooting really starting to pick up here in the second.
Yeah, and it should help them increase their separation here. I mean, this has been an impressive offensive output.
Now here's Jackson. That one's not going to go. Great D that time from Irving.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And what I like about it, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it. Gritty and rough, but that's how you win games.
Now here's Durant. After the miss from Reggie Jackson.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
Jordan with it. And Batum picks him up defensively. Harden outside. Pass to Durant. Now Jordan defended by Batum.
2 minutes.
Outside Jordan. It's deflected. And stolen by Cousins. 1:49 left to play in the first half.
Boy, he gets a head of steam like that. He is a terror to behold. Cousins getting it done.
Here's Harden on the wing. Jordan. It's good on the putback. Jordan's got the lead up to 10 now for the Nets.
Yeah, Jordan is aggressive as a rebounder. He uses his massive body, athleticism, and long arms to wreak havoc on the glass.
Now here's Jackson. And he finishes nicely on the layup.
And good to see Jackson finish closer in. Not a guard who just chucks up threes, can find the creases with that handle.
Here's Irving. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Here's Harden. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. And the Nets lead by 10.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
Now, here's Kennard. And the basket is good.
I like the play call. Very solid, making perfect use of the pick to get a great look.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Outside Durant. Pass to Claxton. And here's Harden. Fires the three. They get it again.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Jackson with it. And that would have counted, but his shot. Thank you, David, for that interview. And we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, and welcome back to It's Brooklyn out in front at the half. They lead by 10. And over to Shaq. What do you think about Brooklyn?
Well, surprise.
And that'll do it.
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. We've seen Kevin Durant really having a great game.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
And you know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
Setting the floor for the Clippers. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then it's Paul George. And it's Beverly in at the point. And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That's his first foul. If you go step in a time machine, what would you like and dislike about playing in this area at this time?
Well, no doubt about the tempo and the spacing. I think that more than anything allows for the true skill and artistry of the game to be on display. I probably wouldn't want to get switched onto Embiid down low. I would probably dislike that and let it be known vociferously.
But I always pictured you as being fearless, like you would never turn down that kind of challenge.
I wouldn't turn it down publicly.
Here is Durant. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. Too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation. The Nets shooting their first free throw of the contest.
And as a group, they shot 75% from the line last season.
And the technical free throw is good.
You know, what comes to mind first when you think of Irving is his handle. Rush hour tight, but also his dynamic ability as a scorer.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Blake Griffin, he's checked in for Jordan. And it's Bruce Brown in for James Harden. Now here's Leonard, following the shot by Kevin Durant.
And at about 230 pounds, Leonard is a well-built specimen, can absorb defenders like it's nothing.
Dinwiddie's checked in for the Nets. The free throw good from Kawhi Leonard. And the Nets with possession here. They've led by as much as 10. Right around a minute and a half played here in the third quarter. Passes it to KD. Gets it to drop, and now he's shooting at a 5-for-8 clip.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches. And as expected, Kevin Durant sitting out all of last season, recovering from the Achilles injury. Glad to see him back on the floor.
I agree with you, and it was absolutely a no-brainer for Kevin to sit out the season. That type of injury, you give it all the time you need, and the Nets knew that. They knew when the deal was done that he was going to most likely miss a season. And yet, they did the right thing. And when you have a guy like KD, you want to make sure you're not rushing him back. You want him fully ready when it's time for him to go.
Now here's Brown. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. The pass to KD. Harris outside. It's Durant on the wing. 6 to shoot. Morris with the block.
And this is what staying active can give you. Morris sending that one back with authority.
And here's Beverly. He brings it up for the Clippers. Since the second half started, they've only given up 3 points.
Well, I like this execution coming out of the half. Solid. 3 for 4 from the field so far.
Here's Brown. Paul George making his last shot. Pass to Dinwiddie. Back to Brown. Right side, Griffin. The offensive rebound. And Griffin stays with it. And the Nets lead by 6.
Yeah, and no one's ever questioned the desire. Griffin using his strength and explosiveness to make good on the second chance opportunities.
Now, here is George. Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And so far in the second half, this has been a different kind of game than what we saw early on.
No question about it. I mean, these teams are really battling hard now.
Here's Brown. And the wide open shot from Griffin. And there's the call on Durant. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
Sometimes it's just better to concede a rebound instead of fighting through the guy and getting called for over the back.
Yeah, I agree. And you've got to have a sense of when you're not going to be able to get to the ball. That just wasn't a smart foul.
Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Blake Griffin. And then for Los Angeles. Mand's checked in. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Patrick Beverly. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Durant. Clippers trail by 4. Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Here's Jackson. Now here's Kennard. Ibaka outside. But he stays with it. Some solid defense from Brown.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backboard.
It's clearly been their edge, and in a close game like this, you look for every edge you can find.
Now Jackson. He kicks to Cousins. Back to Jackson. Clippers moving the ball around. Ibaka, no luck.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Dinwiddie dishes to Harris. With the putback. And there's Jordan putting it right back in. Jordan's got 10.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
And the Clippers call time here.
Definitely not pleased with their rebounding at the defensive end. The number of putbacks they've allowed has been terrible. I'm sure that's what he's going to address during this timeout.
Zubac is checked in for Serge Ibaka. Clippers trail by 8. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Outside Jackson. And there's the 3-second call. This one on the defense. The Clippers have been good at the line so far, 5 of 5.
And last season, as a team, they knocked down 79% of their free throws. So those are numbers you'll be happy with.
You know, Nick Batum, out of France, taken 25th in the 2008 draft. If there was a redo, he's a lottery pick.
Now, here's Kennard. Cousins finds Kennard. Good. And it's Cousins picking up the assist. 5 points in the game.
Boy, a very capable passer. DeMarcus Cousins does a solid job recognizing where to go with the ball.
Here's Brown. It's off. And we've reached the end of the third. It's the Nets up by 4. And we'll be back with you right after this. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Boy, that's a nice asset to have. It's a huge boost to any offense, too. It adds a whole nother dimension when you've got a big guy that can pass.
3 tenths quarters behind us. 1 more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the 4th. We've got Irving. He's out there with Harden. Joe Harris is out there with Jordan. And it's Claxton in at the 4 slot. So that's the Nets 5.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Well, the defensive rotations have been a step slow, and it's really helped them get that ball inside time after time.
Now here's Jackson to the inside. Ibaka misses the layup.
And they hold a huge advantage on the backboard.
And that's been the key to this league. I mean, they've really dominated the glass.
Harden, no good.
And thus far, they've managed to overcome an off game from him offensively.
Kennard kicks to Jackson. He dishes it to Cousins. And then Cousins with the dunk.
And you want more of this from Jackson. The more unselfish he is, the better the team.
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
Durant's checked in for Brooklyn. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Marcus Morris is checked in for Cousins. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Nicholas Batum. Paul George is checked in for Luke Kennard. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Jackson. Here's Beverley following the basket by Kyrie Irving. Pass to Leonard. Outside for George. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Leonard draws the double, and there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Brooklyn leading by 6. And here's Harden. Paul George with the steal. Count the basket and the foul. It's on Kevin Durant.
And after an abysmal first half from the field, the shots now starting to fall.
Zubac is checked in for the Clippers. Free throw drops for Leonard.
You know, when he was in high school in California, Kawhi won the state's Mr. Basketball Award. And you look at the list of guys who won that award over the years, it has a lot of the all-time greats on it.
And you talk about clutch plays, I mean, defensively and offensively, and we saw it right there.
Now, here is Irving. Shooting foul, and here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, guys, over the break, I was able to listen to Tyronn Lue's huddle. He told his guys the inside game is working, so stick with it. That means posting, slashing, getting to the rim, whatever produces these high percentage looks. Kevin, back to you.
Here's Irving. Paul George making his last shot. Irving kicks to Harden. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Clippers have gone an outstanding 4 of 5 from the field in the 4th quarter so far. And Leonard gets it to go.
And, guys, that's the man you want with the ball in his hands on that critical possession. Kawhi being his best in the biggest moment.
Now, here is Irving. Harden's shot is good.
How good is that? Harden commanding the ball in these moments loves stepping up at crucial times.
.137 left in the fourth. George with the ball. Shot clock at 6. A three from Leonard. They get it back. And that one is good from Zubac. And the Clippers lead by 1.
Yeah, coach's pet peeve there. No box out.
Those are 3 points you're giving away. Got to work harder on the glass.
Now, here is Irving. Paxton with the bucket.
Well, his IQ is one of the best in the league. Irving has a great feel for when his teammates are open.
Clippers have gone 6 of 8 from the field in the fourth so far. It's been a great start to this final quarter for them. Here's George. It's in!
Well, Paul George has been sensational.
Nets shooting 49% on the game. They'll take that. Jackson against Irving. Good!
Kyrie Irving is simply caught by.
And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for the Clippers. There's 38 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Pass to Morris. Here's George. They get a hand on it. Back to Morris. And foul on the and here we go. A coach's challenge has been initiated. We'll have to now review the personal foul in question.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to. A challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. With double checking, and the game continues on.
The Nets making a switch here. Jordan's checked in. Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for the Clippers. Patrick Beverly comes in for Reggie Jackson. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Durant, the pass to Harris. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Harden. Oh, off target.
And Harden is fearless. Awesome at gutting the defense and making them send them to the line. He just knows how to draw fouls and get himself to the strike.
He's able to hit the second one, and that ties the game up.
They should be in front right now, but he'll be relieved not to have come up totally empty there.
And Tyronn Lue wants a timeout. And stolen by Jordan. Five seconds left in the game.
And that's just great work there to get in the shooter's face and then go and corral that backcourt.
And regulation now complete. We will go to overtime. 2K Sports back in a moment here in Brooklyn. Well, 4 quarters weren't enough to decide this ball game. Sit back and enjoy as we move on to overtime. It'll be the Nets off the tip. And so they have the first opportunity on offense right here as we begin overtime. All fueled up and ready to go to overtime basketball here, brought to us by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. So for Brooklyn now, Durant is out there with DeAndre Jordan. Then it's Harden. Then there's Irving. And it's Harris in at the small forward. Here's George. After the made shot from KD. Takes the three. And Paul George, good for the three.
He is just so clutch, saving his best for when the pressure is at its highest.
Harden the pass to Jordan. Paul George with the steal. Morris finds George, and it's George finishing it off.
And George just has an uncanny knack for providing these kinds of baskets. And he makes it look so easy.
A minute into overtime and what has been a great game so far. Here's Harden. And that one swishes right in.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Now here's Beverly. The 10-footer. 6 to shoot. Ibaka wide open. He fires. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
And the Clippers making a change here. Leonard's checked in. Lobs it up for Ibaka, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Beverly.
Huge turnover there, and at a bad time, too. You have to value every possession.
A little over a minute and a half gone now here in overtime. Harden dishes to KD. To the middle. Jordan kicks to KD. Pulls from the top of the key. The shot's good from Jordan.
Jordan coming up big. His name is called, and he ups the ante and delivers.
Now here's Beverly. Now the pass to George. 5 on the clock. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over.
And those are the kinds of mistakes that are magnified when we're talking about a game down the stretch.
I think we'll see them burn the clock a bit here.
Yeah, smart move.
Here's Irving. Count it!
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
Well, that was 1-2. He wanted the ball. Nobody else was taking that shot.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. George against Harden. Outside, George. Good! And what a sensational bucket to bring them within 1.
And because of Paul George's composure and even-keeled nature, his teammates have great trust in him in these situations.
Here's Leonard. Got it!
If you give him an inch of space, he's going to make you pay.
Timeout called, the Nets. They're trailing by 1. Just 4 seconds left in the first overtime. Action has been terrific. On the inbound, got a hand on it.
How impressive was that? The little fella, Beverly, extending out for the block. Showed us some...
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap it up. Up next, the Buck. Hello, basketball fans. You've got it. GA, it's
Hey, Kevin.
very dangerous indeed. David Thanks. So the Nets starting 5. They've got Harris, Harden out there with Irving. Then there's DeAndre Jordan. And it's KD in at the 4-man position. And for Milwaukee, Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Holiday out there with Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Middleton in at the 3. Now here is Holiday. Well, the outcome tonight, Greg, could come down to the big man up front.
You know, versatility will be key. The front court that can be physical but also pass it, stretch the floor will likely be the victor.
And so the Milwaukee Bucks get the first points of the ballgame. Harden, no good. Irving against Holiday. Makes it off the glass.
Well, a longer point guard out there, Drew Holiday, can score close into the rim with that kind of size.
And a deep three from Harden. Harden missing again.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed. And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Now here's Giannis. Outside Holiday. Pass to Lopez. Over Jordan. He doesn't hit that one. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. Back to Lopez. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's going to be on James Harden.
Now we've seen Lopez be more and more assertive in looking for his shot, which in turn draws the defense's attention to him.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
Makes it pretty tough on the defense. Who you going to pick to send to the free throw line? And he's hitting the free throws right now. Form looks good.
Here's Irving. Makes good on the step-back jumper. Irving's got 5 now.
Yeah, I feel like he uses the dribble to set up his rhythm for the mid-range shots like that one. Kyrie knocks another in.
The pass to Middleton. And he jams it with authority.
Oh, fantastic dunk. And he hangs around up there just for a little camera time.
Yeah, maybe he didn't want to land awkwardly. Who knows? But there he is, and we see it very clearly. Now here's Harden. Jordan, high post. Outside Irving. And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
That's going to draw a whistle every time down the floor. Not even close to being a legal screen.
Yeah, everybody saw that one. That was pretty blatant there.
Here's Holiday. Left side, Antetokounmpo. Here's Middleton, and a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. Middleton's got his second bucket of the game to go. Outside Irving. Harris kicks to Irving. Over Holiday. The wide open look for Durant. No good on the triple. Bucks leading by 5. Here's Antetokounmpo, and the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
Sometimes it takes a while for all that length in Giannis to catch up to those feet, but once he does, man, he can explode.
Pass to Irving. .156 left here in the first quarter. And the Nets miss again. And so Holiday will bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. Middleton for 3. Another shot. Rebound, Brooklyn. Oh, and a fast break for the Nets. Irving with it, and Holiday picks him up defensively. Irving against Holiday. Irving, good.
So clever. He finds different ways to probe inside, and Kyrie with a great finish.
.112 left here in the opening quarter. Lopez passes to Holiday. And it's sent back by KD. Irving against Holiday. Just 5 to shoot. Up again. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Harden up top, defended by DiVincenzo. Durant, no good. They time it right. They can end this quarter with a 2 for 1.
And that's how you want to end the quarters.
They recover it. Here's Giannis. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
And Giannis adding muscle to his frame for these types of situations. He'll keep getting bigger and stronger, but willing to take the hit.
Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. Portis, he's checked in for Lopez. P.J. Tucker comes in for Chris Middleton. Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Teague in for Drew Holiday.
For him, it's harder to miss that shot than it is to make that shot. I think he was anticipating a bit of a bump there.
Antetokounmpo, no good. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. Griffin leading the charge. Here's Connaughton. And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading in. And recently on the subject of trash talking, Giannis.
I like to stay locked in to the game.
Greg, as you always say, different guys intimidate in different ways.
And when you have his level of lift, athleticism, and skill, you don't need to say a word.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And what stands out to you from the Bucks in this one?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Just a great job, really, of making the game ugly, trying to muck it up a little bit out there.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. And Milwaukee, looking at who they've got. Antetokounmpo out there with P.J. Tucker. Then there's Teague. Then there's Bobby Portis. And it's Connaughton in at the 2-guard spot. Bucks leading by 10. Dinwiddie with the steal. And that's out of bounds. Milwaukee will retain possession. Antetokounmpo's checked in for the Bucks. And Milwaukee has possession. 10-point lead. This is their biggest. Passes it to Portis. Back to Teague. Now Tucker. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Claxton the pass to Harden. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. When you look at the balance of power between players and teams, Greg, does it feel like the players now have more say, more control than they used to?
No doubt. We're seeing more players demand trades, sign shorter contracts with opt-outs. And the irony of that is, in my era, our best players were fearful for the length of their contracts or the life expectancy of their careers, believe it or not. And these guys today, they understand their value. They know what they bring to the table, and they are utilizing that to the max.
And is that good, Greg, for the game?
I think so. I do think most guys want to win, and they understand that their legacies are going to be defined about whether or not they do. Making the most of the screen, that's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot, Greg. Frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Really not enough help there. Lack of communication on the backside.
Harris is checked in for Brooklyn. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Portis kicks to Teague. Back to Portis. And Griffin sends it back.
Great to see Griffin going hard on the defensive end. Rejections like that are crucial to his development.
Good. And Harris gets the assist.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
Teague against Dinwiddie. And he uses the glass on the layup. And the Bucks lead by 8.
Well, at 6'2" and 182, Jeff Teague really had to use all the strength in his body to get that shot off, despite getting hit.
Here's Dinwiddie. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
And their shots are falling now with more regularity than we saw at first.
And so it's Teague with it. He'll bring it up for the Bucks. They've led by as much as 10. inside. There's Portis.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
The Bucks shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game.
And talking about last season, this team hit just 74% of their free throws. I'm sure they were hoping for better than that.
Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. Antetokounmpo's checked in for P.J. Tucker. Chris Middleton comes in for Antetokounmpo. Dante DiVincenzo, he's checked in for Pat Connaughton. And it's Holiday in for Jeff Teague.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Nets trail by 8. Pass to Jordan. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. The shot by Middleton, wide open. Drains the three-pointer. Middleton's got 7 points.
With this lead, they're playing confidently, showing a quick trigger from beyond.
Outside Irving. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Giannis dishes to Holiday. The shot, no good. And Brooklyn will come the other way. And now the fast break. Irving with the ball. Good on the bucket. He's got 9.
Well, Kyrie has so many layers to what he can do to you offensively. Loves pulling out the soft and delicate floater.
Double team on Holiday. To the middle. There's Portis. Good, and the assist goes to Middleton. Portis has got 6 in the quarter.
It took a little bit of time, but now he's taking the pen off the cap and putting his mark on this game.
And talk about a terrific stroke. The defense was hoping that a 3-ball that deep wasn't going in.
For 3, Middleton. It's hauled in by DeAndre Jordan.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
Milwaukee leading by 8. Here's DiVincenzo. Off target from the baseline. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. Durant kicks to Irving. The feed to Jordan. Some solid defense from Antetokounmpo. And so it's Milwaukee. Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the 3rd quarter of basketball following.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. It was a fast pace for Milwaukee at the outset. They put together some nice offense. And
we played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. Kyrie Irving really making a difference here.
Yeah, and through the first 2 quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
Setting the floor for the Nets. Kyrie Irving is out there with Harden. Then it's Joe Harris. And it's Durant. And it's Jordan in at the center, locking down the middle. Yes, that goes in.
I know Kyrie is not the biggest guy on the floor, but he is built to take that kind of contact.
Holiday against Irving. The pass to Giannis. Here's DiVincenzo. 5 to shoot. Shots good by Middleton.
If he's making shots like that, the teammates want to feed that confidence. Middleton with a sweet stroke.
For 3, Durant. And Chris Middleton pulls it down.
Well, the D really getting away with one there. No one on him. And that's going to be good 9 out of 10 times.
Nets trail by 9. Lobbed up there for KD. He's off on that one.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
Yeah, you can see when it's that close, players reacting. Just, oh, man, we just missed that one. Maybe they'll get another chance at it.
Milwaukee's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. The kick out to Holiday. It's hauled in by DeAndre Jordan. Jordan's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. And the shot is good. The Bucks lead has been cut down to just 6 points with the basket from Durant.
How quick was that trigger there? Durant gets it off so fast, and there's not much you can do with where he shoots it from.
And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
Got to hold firm or you're going to get a call.
And we just got a second look there at the exceptional mobile one block.
Guys, that's about as good a defensive play as you'll see. Instant reaction to get a hand to the shot.
Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Pat Connaughton comes in for Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Teagan for Drew Holiday. Harden up top. And the layup's good off the glass.
And Harden's such a creative scorer, especially when he gets in close to the basket.
A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Here's Middleton. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Greg, I know you've played for some great coaches in your day. What is it that separates the truly elite coaches, in your opinion, from just coaches that are pretty good?
I think the one attribute that's most important for a great coach is consistency. And I've said is you can coach a lot of different ways. You can win a lot of different ways. But you've got to be sincere and true to your principles and your philosophy. And those are the coaches, and I've had them that have done it different ways, but they've been the most successful. And listen, you've also at the professional level, you've got to have a presence about you. You got to have some charisma out there as well to get these men to buy in.
And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game.
Well, whether things are good, bad, or indifferent, coaches will have adjustments to make throughout the course of the game.
Yeah, not just there to pump up or to discipline players. You got to make sure that the coach makes the proper adjustments and has his team in the right mindset to carry it out.
And Brooklyn making a change here. Harris is checked in. Tucker, the pass to Antetokounmpo. Back to Tucker. Nice move. Rebounded by the Nets. 1:36 left here in the third quarter. From deep three-point range, the putback. It's rebounded by Portis. And it's Antetokounmpo with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Bucks. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, GA. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
And yes, it's good. Durant's got 5 now.
Well, when you see KD run the court with the speed of a guard, hard to keep up with him once he gets out in the open floor.
Here's Connaughton to the left wing. Portis against Griffin. Nice shot by Portis. He's got 8.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
KD can't get it to go.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
Here's Nora out left to the wing. Pass to Portis. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. And it's an 8-point Bucks lead. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. The 3 from KD. Again, Durant missing.
Maybe a time to rest him right now. Just give him a bit of a breather. Try to help him get back on track.
Antetokounmpo kicks to Connaughton. Fires from deep. That one misses. It's Brown with the drive. In the air. Missed. And so it's Milwaukee holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. And this is it. Glad to have you along for this 4th and final quarter. Bucks leading by 8. Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Holiday. And it's Tucker in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the group for Milwaukee right now. Count that one.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
And I just love how aggressive Harden is inside. When he's deep like that, he is ready to finish with authority.
Irving against Holiday. It's Antetokounmpo on the wing. Back to Holiday. Clock at 4. There's the lob. Antetokounmpo.
Oh, an outstanding floor general right there. Holiday has switched between point guard and off guard, and a great feel for when guys are open.
And now we've got the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Here's what Milwaukee's going with right now. Bobby Portis has checked in for Antetokounmpo. Antetokounmpo comes in for Chris Middleton. Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Teague for Drew Holiday.
It feels like he's taking nothing but shots he knows he's going to knock down. Kyrie playing sharp here.
Teague against Irving. A nice shot by Teague. And the Bucks lead by 10.
Just no resistance inside at all. They are feasting. This is a straight buffet.
It is. It's a big one. And load the plate. Here's Irving. That's in for his 8th bucket tonight. A hot 8 for 11 shooting so far.
Playing from behind right here. Not easy, but he is answering the bell.
Yeah, doing anything he can right now to get his team to cut into this lead and give them a chance.
Here's Portis. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
Yeah, these defenders just look a bit overmatched, especially inside.
Now here's Teague. And Connaughton has it in the corner. Now here's Tucker, guarded by Harden. There's the lob to Portis.
And this is how you want to come out of the half. Prolific and efficient.
Well, the thing is they're controlling the pace right now, and if that was the mantra for them at halftime, they've carried it out.
And it's Irving missing. And stolen by Irving. Down it drops through the net for his 9th bucket. He is 9 for 13 so far.
Love his shot selection. Good at taking quality shots. Whether he's defended or open, he knows how to knock those down.
Here's Teague. Pass to Portis. And another basket for Milwaukee.
Yeah, he's going to knock that down if you give it to him. Uncompetitive there defensively.
Well, defense also looking defeated. The lack of hustle is driving the coaching staff a little bit batty right now.
Out of bounds. Milwaukee takes possession. A platoon swap here for Milwaukee. And the Nets making a change here as well. Kevin Durant's checked in for Blake Griffin. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the 4th. Lopez with the ball. Guarded now by Irving. Harden against DiVincenzo. Kicks it down to Middleton. Over Irving. Middleton can't get it to go.
Well, he's a guy that count on to produce from the mid-range. He doesn't miss too many open looks from there. He just takes advantage of the D in a way that very few players playing today can do.
And so Holiday will bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks.
And we'll just watch the clock wind down, guys, in what will turn out to be a win here for Milwaukee.
You know, it's tough to put your finger on the deciding factor in this one, but I'd say that the shooting accuracy made the difference.
Yeah, I think you're on point, Kevin. They got better looks, and that tends to lead to a better field goal percentage.
And, you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Bobby Portis.
It felt like there was more than one of him out there tonight. He was involved on every possession, and he made his presence felt in so many ways.
The Nets working the ball around now. Back to Harris. Passes it to Irving. Harris dishes to Durant. To the inside. Jordan kicks to Durant. From 12 feet out. And too long on the shot. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. And they can just dribble the ball until the buzzer.
Yeah, they got to be happy with the outcome.
And here's Holiday. And so it's the Bucks taking care of business in this one. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's going to do it for...
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
soaring high above the Willamette. And before...
Well, guys,
He's certainly come a long way, D.A. Thank you. So the Nets starting 5. We've got Harden. Durant is out there with Harris. Then it's Kyrie Irving, and it's Jordan in at the center, filling out the middle. And for Portland, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Norman Powell is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Nurkic in at the center. Lillard with it. He's picked up by Jordan.
I'll tell you, most of the time this guy's going to finish that, but that was tremendous defense that prohibits him from completing the play.
And so they choose to intentionally foul. And both these teams rely on low post offense doors in a size-on-size matchup. What can make the difference?
Well, smart passing is one of the keys, Kevin. You have to be able to enter the ball into the low post in a way that puts that big in a position to score it. The ball's got to be moving. Can you get it side to side and get the ball inside at the appropriate time?
And finished off by Nurkic.
If the keys to your offense are in Lillard's hands, you're going to be in pretty good shape. Check out how well he runs the pick and roll there. That's just a perfect way to play.
Now here's Durant. From deep. C.J. McCollum with the rebound.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
Boy, we're seeing it more and more. Guys looking to create additional space by stepping back further from the line.
And an intentional foul right there.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Here's KD. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Jordan.
What a pretty look. DeAndre Jordan, to have that kind of touch on your passing, such a quality piece for a big man.
Now, here's Lillard.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
This is his first free throw of the game. First one falls for him.
Wearing the number 0 for a reason. Damian Lillard has it on his back for his city, Oakland. Just the latest star from the town.
An efficient night from the line. This is a guy who puts in the work and it pays dividends.
Outside Irving. Back to Harden. The 3. Rebound by Nurkic.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Blake Griffin, he's checked in for the Nets. Trailblazers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Here's Lillard, and Damian Lillard with the jam.
Almost unstoppable on the drive. Lillard's talent for ball handling, letting him just cut through the defense.
Now here's Harden. Left side, Griffin. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's on Damian Lillard.
A primary scorer for his team. Griffin also has a knack for drawing fouls on the way up.
The Trailblazers have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Lillard attacking, and then Lillard slams it in.
You won't find too many players with a better understanding of the pick and roll than Lillard. He runs that set to a T.
Irving finds Durant. From deep three-point range, Powell pulls it in.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Here's Lillard. Lays it up off the glass. Lillard's got 8 points.
Boy, it seems like every shot he puts up, it's going in. This guy is hot, hot.
Outside Irving. And Harris wide open. He shoots off the mark there with the 3-point shot. And so it's McCollum with it. He brings it up for Portland. It's a 3-point game. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 5 from downtown in the first quarter. Points out there have been hard to come by. Irving's shot is good.
Oh, tenacious attack by Irving. The handle, the speed, look out.
Now, here's Lillard. He's got 8. And then Lillard slams it in.
Making the most of the screen. That's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot, Greg. Frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Where was the defense? No fighting through the pick. No rotation. My goodness.
Harden. That shot is no good. And he's 1 for 3 from the floor. Trailblazers leading by 3. It's Covington on the wing. Griffin on the double team. Griffin with the steal. And a wide open look for Irving. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Now Lillard. He's got 10. And he converts the layup. 12 points for him.
They are attacking the rim and getting great results.
And here is Durant. There's 38 seconds left in the first quarter. A three-pointer off the mark. Trailblazers have gone 6 of 9, shooting it well. Lillard misses. Harris kicks to Irving from the arc. Can't get the tip in. Blazers on offense. They're on a 14-6 run. Covington passes to Lillard. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Lillard's got 14.
What strength from Lillard. Just not allowing the defense to have the last word.
And so it's the Portland Trailblazers bringing the quarter to a close with a 7. And before the game, we talked to Damian Lillard. You know, Greg, he is...
I don't fear nobody.
And if Lillard's proved anything to us, Greg, in his career, you know he loves a challenge.
One of the premier big shot makers in this game. I don't know if there's anyone you'd rather give the ball to in crunch time.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And looking at what we've seen so far from the Trailblazers guys, what do you think?
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Boy, it's been a really pretty thing to watch, executing their game plan to perfection.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. On the court for the Trailblazers, we've got Anthony. Enes Kanter is out there with Collins. Then there's McCollum, and it's Simons in at the point. Now, here's Collins. 7-point game, the biggest lead in the game. McCollum dishes to Kanter. Kicks it out to McCollum. And there it is for him. McCollum's got the opening basket here in the second quarter for the Trailblazers.
Boy, I love seeing Kanter distribute the basketball. If you're open, this guy will find you.
Dinwiddie attacking, and it goes down 2 points.
This is what we call highly efficient play. Working off the screen, getting to the cup.
And Doris, make no mistake about it. Spencer Dinwiddie is looking to score. An instant offense type of player.
And Spencer Dinwiddie knows what his role is, and he plays it perfectly. He can go a little hot and cold for stretches, but he doesn't let it affect him. Dinwiddie's always going to provide that offensive punch that's so critical for you.
And battling hard on the glass, they hold the advantage here so far.
Trailblazers leading by 9. And we're now about a minute and a half into the second quarter. A nice shot by Simons.
But when you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
To me, this has simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Greg, as a point guard, you must have had so much fun being surrounded by so much terrific talent at UNLV.
You know, Larry Johnson, Stacey Augmon, I mean, I could go on. And you're right, I was blessed to play alongside these guys. They were incredible talents, finishers. And, you know, you don't always appreciate it going through that moment, but the fact that we're all still close and stay in contact, man, what an awesome experience to be a part of that team.
Chemistry must have been off the charts on that team.
It was, and we had a lot of personalities, man. It was a different era back then, but I tell you, again, I wouldn't trade that experience for anything.
Here's Simons following the basket by DeAndre Jordan. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Alden.
Kevin, thank you. Now, we have seen continued growth with the NBA's affiliated leagues the last few years. Think about the explosion in popularity at the WNBA, the Basketball Africa League, expansion of the 2K League, greater pay in the WNBA and the G League pathway, along with the unionization of G League players. The league continues to show its commitment to expanding opportunities on multiple levels. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, David. Catching up on the changes for Portland. Norman Powell's checked in for C.J. McCollum, and Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons. Lillard attacking. Got it. Number 7 on the night. 7 for 11 from the floor.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
Durant, the pass to Griffin. Outside, Green. Three-pointer. And the Nets miss again.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
Count the basket.
Well, this guy has been efficient and effective all night. That IQ has been on display.
Nets trail by 11. Irving surveying the floor. Baseline jumper. That shot is off. So the Trailblazers will take it the other way. And there's the call on Durant. That's his first foul. Nurkic checked in for Portland. Robert Covington comes in for Zach Collins. Harris is checked in for Brooklyn. James Harden comes in for Bruce Brown. Lillard outside. Some solid defense from Harris.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
You simply cannot give Kyrie Irving room to run in the open floor. This guy is a phenomenal transition player.
Here's Lillard following the basket by Kyrie Irving. And Lillard gets it to go. Lillard's got 20.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
Harden the pass to Griffin. Shooting foul and it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the official.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And the Nets with possession here. Portland making their last shot. And Harden with the stuff.
Ooh, I guess he didn't appreciate getting scored on that last strip.
I guess not. He threw it down right on top of him. Lillard misses. And so it's Harden bringing it up for the Brooklyn Nets. They trail by 9 points. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Well, we continue to be, to me, in the golden age of point guards in the NBA. And Kyrie Irving is right there with the best of them in that discussion.
And so Irving nails both of them. Lillard outside. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Lillard's got 10 points in the quarter.
No excuse giving Lillard that kind of positioning. That's just too easy.
And it'll go. And the Blazer lead is cut back down to us. And so it's Damian Lillard making things happen for Portland.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball. Damian Lillard has been having a big night. He ended up with 24 points, 2 rebounds. And that's...
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. Really an incredible game from Lillard.
He had a fast pass to the lane that first half. Got inside on demand.
Now, this guy is such a good finisher on the move, and so far the defense has not been able to counter it.
And Brooklyn, look at who they've got. We've got Durant. Irving is out there with Harden. Then it's Jordan, and it's Harris in at the small forward. Lillard against Harden. Lillard attacking. Not going to go that time. Good D by Jordan. Irving, a good look. Shot is good off the back rim and in. 8 points for Kyrie Irving.
Well, the ability to score at all three levels makes Kyrie Irving a near impossible check. Good luck, fellas.
And Damian Lillard with the jam.
Just rubbing it in their faces with that dunk.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
Well, you love that he wants to wear out the defense. What a catalyst for his team. Incredible. Wow, what a start to this half. 3 for 3, dictating the pace on the offensive end. They're rolling early.
And the basket by McCollum.
You know, often we think of Dame as a scorer first, but they're reminding us of his great ability to pass the rock.
Now, here is Harden. Nice D from Lillard.
They tried to stay perfect in the half, but 3 for 4 now.
The shot by Powell, no good. Nets trail by 5. And the pass to Harden. And that's an intentional foul. A different look now for Portland. Enes Kanter's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. And it's Simons in for Lillard. And then for Brooklyn, Brown is checked in for Irving. And Dinwiddie subbed in for James Harden. Harris misses.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
A shot. Kanter dishes to Powell. Out to the right wing. Here's Simons. Dinwiddie covering. 3 on the clock. Dinwiddie with the steal. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Collins checked in for Portland. It's Durant on the wing. Here's the 3. Good on the triple. KD's got 8 points. Greg, you and I have talked about how the NBA Finals used to be tape delayed. What's the value of fans getting to see the broadcast live now as opposed to tape delayed as it was back in the 70s?
Isn't that weird to even think that that's the case?
I know it.
You know, I think, Kev, that the fans, they just feel more connected to their favorite teams, the end players. It creates more anxiety, right? Because nowadays there's nothing that can happen that you don't know about it, whether you see it or not. So live sports, especially the NBA Finals, the anticipation, that anxiety that we talked about, man, I'm still a fan to this day in a different way. So I can only imagine when you have a...
Hammering it in!
Man, one for the highlight reel. And you see after multiple knee surgeries, Griffin can still get up.
And it's Simons missing. And here are the Nets. They're on a 14-4 run right now. Griffin kicks to Harris. That 3 off the mark. Trailblazers trail by 3. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Boy, that face-up game of Carmelo is a problem. The quick release or attack the rack, forget about it.
And last year showed that there's still a place in the NBA for a guy like Melo. Mostly a mid-range shooter in the league that has turned away from that. But buckets are buckets, and Melo can still light it up.
Here's Simons. Dinwiddie covering. A nice shot by Simons.
Well, defensively, to me, you've got to do a better job communicating once the screen comes.
Top of the key, Griffin lets it go from deep. Rebounded by Covington.
He is too good a shooter, guys, to be left open like that. The defense just dodged a bullet there.
Third quarter here and 5 lead changes so far.
And guys, neither team has been able to pull away.
Down low. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. At the elbow, Collins. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Anthony. Brooklyn with the rebound. Brown right side. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
yet another way Griffin beats you. Great body control going up over the top.
Here's Simons. Some solid defense from Harris. He can't get that one to fall. And as we finish the third quarter, it's still close. Both teams trading baskets. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the two-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or two when he needs to.
Well, having multiple playmakers on the floor makes you a much tougher team to defend.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Anthony out there with Nurkic, and it's Powell in at the small forward position. That's the group on the floor for Portland.
A guy who spaces the floor, but also willing to attack the rim. Lillard has confounded the defense all night.
Back to KD. The three, shot clock at 5, and then Griffin with the dunk. And the Nets lead by 1.
And ever since entering the league, that's been one of Griffin's favorite ways to score, attacking that offensive glass.
Cullen passes to Nurkic. Lillard up top. Tries again. And Griffin sends it back. Nurkic with the steal. And good that time.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Harden with it. Outside Irving. No good with the triple. The Trailblazers have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Back to Powell. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. Lillard's got 3 assists in the game. And it's Harden with the ball for the Brooklyn Nets. It's a 3-point game. Shakes him. Pass to Brown. And they double up Brown. Here's Harden. Brown outside. And Harden with the stop.
Well, clock winding down. None better than Harden at getting buckets in a hurry.
Pass to Nurkic. Back to Lillard. And Lillard throws it down.
Just the kind of play they need in a game this close.
You know, that's the kind of aggression they want from their floor leader.
Boy, and not just the aggression, the ability to get to the rim, but how about the finish with intention? Oh, boy, he was wide open. You wonder, did he overthink it? That's a missed opportunity.
And finished off by KD.
Kevin Durant calmly steps into that shot with the game hanging in the balance. Love it.
Passes it to Nurkic. Back to Lillard. And then Lillard slams it in.
Proof positive that Lillard is worthy. That's talent you can build a franchise around.
In the corner, Irving with it. And stolen by Lillard. Powell finds McCollum. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Here's Lillard, and Lillard throws it down.
Refuses to let contact deter him from scoring. I'm a fan of Lillard's willingness to challenge defenders.
Harden against Lillard, and it'll go. And the Blazer lead is cut down now to just 3 on the basket from Harden. Moving against Lillard. Nurkic rebounded by the Nets. KD's got 4 rebounds in this game, and so they choose to intentionally foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Covington's checked in. Jordan, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Harris comes in for Bruce Brown. And it'll go. And the Blazer lead is cut to just 1 on the basket from DeAndre Jordan.
Absolutely fearless. DJ, go to work.
Lillard, the pass to Powell. And the dunk by Powell.
Norman Powell on the big-time delivery.
Nets trail by 3. And Jordan has it in the corner. On the wing. It falls. And that shot brings them to within just 1.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
I'll tell you, it takes confidence to pull the trigger in that situation. You love guys.
The coach's challenge has been issued. A close game like this, down to the wire, this is what it's for.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to make a challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in air. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what he's known for. When it's an important possession, Lillard knows how to come through.
Harden the pass to Irving. Harden with it. Now defended by McCollum. Nurkic with the block. And they commit an intentional foul. It's another one of those so that you get into the penalty.
And you know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
McCollum feeling it out a bit. And they go to the intentional foul. So the first one drops, and that will put them up by 2.
And when you think of McCollum, the word efficient comes to mind. This guy just shoots the ball and plays the game at a high level. Big-time free throws there. That could be the difference. It forces them now into a three-point attempt.
And this is what makes KD special, the willingness to absorb the responsibility of the big-time shot.
And so the timeout by Terry Stotts here. Let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game, Kevin Durant.
And the D tried to get physical with him down low tonight, and it really backfired. Instead, he's just torn them up. He was aggressive, inviting the contact, and really just taking it straight to him.
Well, they are going to replay right now to make sure he did not release it in time as the officials originally ruled.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
The bright lights and tall buildings of down. Here are the starters for Brooklyn. Irving is out there with Harden. Then it's Joe Harris. And it's Durant. And it's Jordan in at the center. And for Los Angeles, Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Patrick Beverley. Then it's Ibaka. And it's George in at the 2. Now here's Beverley. Stolen by Harden. And now the fast break. Irving with the ball. It's hauled in by George. And so George will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Stolen by Harden. And a wide open look for Irving. That's good. And a nice assist from Durant. Some veterans on these teams, Clark. What are you looking for and how that will impact the game?
Well, I think both of these teams have a really solid roster. And I love the blend of experience and youth. When you have NBA experience on the floor, there's just a level of play that you see at the defensive end that makes it enjoyable for me. I think that's what we'll see tonight. Experienced pros getting after it.
Now Harris. Kawhi Leonard missing from long range. Left side Durant. And finished off by KD.
Well, I love the speed that Durant has. I mean, fantastic at slashing into the paint and scoring right at the rim. That length of stride of his and his speed, lethal combination.
Now here's Leonard. Sinks the triple.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
First quarter, about a minute and a half in. Outside Irving. Back to Harden. Jordan kicks to Irving. Just fine on the clock. The 19-foot shot. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
Boy, if you allow Durant that look, he's going to punish you. I mean, it's that simple.
We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. Outside Leonard. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Leonard's got 5 now.
And part of what makes Kawhi such a great player is that jump shot. You can't just worry about him attacking the basket.
Now, here is Harden. And Harris wide open. He shoots. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
Boy, they're on fire right now, cooking with gas, starting this one out 4-5.
First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play. Pass to Morris. Some solid defense from Harris.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
KD's shot is off. Clippers trail by 5. Beverley, the pass to Ibaka. Kicks it out to Leonard. Elbow shot. That's good on the jump shot. He's got 7.
Tell you what, he's 3 or 4 now. Looks like his game's on offensively.
George against Harden. Pass to Irving. Shoots the 3. On the wing, Harden. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Buries it from 3-point range.
And Harden's three-point accuracy is lethal. I mean, he gets his shot off with such ease and quickness.
Beverly feeling it out a bit. And here's Morris for three. Brooklyn with the rebound. And here's the fast break. Durant leading the way. And here's Harris from the arc. No good. And the Clippers will come the other way. Lobs it up for Ibaka.
Love the unselfishness of Beverly. I mean, when he sees his teammate wide open, he quickly gets him the ball.
43 seconds left in the first quarter. Durant kicks to Harden. And the jam by Harden.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat.
Now's the time to do it. Keep attacking that rim.
Now here's Beverly. Passes to George. Out to Ibaka. On the wing, Morris. From outside, off the mark. Back to Jordan. Out to Harris. Puts up a three. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. The defensive work they've done against Paul George has been a big factor. He hasn't done anywhere near the kind of damage we expected. Back to the action after this word. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. And taking a look at the Nets' performance here, guys, what jumps out to you, stats-wise?
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Yeah, you know, I agree. No warm-up needed. They came in on fire and have already built a nice lead.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, as the second quarter gets going. And Brooklyn, looking who they've got. They've got Griffin, Harden out there with Brown, and it's Claxton in at the 4.
Boy, a very capable passer. DeMarcus Cousins does a solid job recognizing where to go with the ball.
Boy, Greg, there is a lot to like offensively for Luke Kennard.
I tell you, he can shoot it. He's a crafty finisher and really improving as a passer. The question mark is the defensive end. 6'5" in height and wingspan, not elite tool, so he's got to get by on his instincts and his anticipation.
Here's Jackson. James Harden picking up that last basket. Jackson finds Cousins. Outside, Batum. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. Nets leading by 6. Now, here is Harden. He's got 7. Kicks to Dinwiddie. There's the 3. Harden, no good. And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for the Clippers. And Kennard wide open. He shoots. The three-pointer, no good. And here's Griffin. No points in the game yet for him. Dinwiddie, left side. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Not much resistance from the defense. Easy play that time for him.
Outside Jackson. In the corner, Kennard with it. Now Jackson. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
And good to see Jackson finish closer in. Not a guard who just chucks up threes. Can find the creases with that handle.
Now here's Harden. Launches it. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Harden's got the lead up to 9 now for Brooklyn.
Well, he's cooking with grease. He's got things flaming up, looking for an opportunity every time down the floor when he's that hot.
Here's Jackson. The pass to Zubac. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game. Greg, who are your favorite players to watch in the NBA?
Boy, that's a tough one. You got to like the guys that have changed the game in some regards, right? Steph, KD, and Giannis. Those are the guys that are just doing things that don't seem normal.
True.
Then others who remind you of past greatness. Jason Tatum with Kobe, or maybe an Anthony Davis with the King. And those are guys that I love. And then the other guy, listen, LeBron James. I could watch him play basketball every day. To do what he's done at this stage of his career, I just think it's incredible. And I think our game is in great shape.
Agree on all counts. In the corner, Kennard with it. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. A big group substitution here for Brooklyn. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Griffin. Durant comes in for Nicholas Claxton. Harris is checked in for James Harden. And Kyrie Irving subbed in for Dinwiddie. And it's Rajon Rondo with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Man, it's close, but, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Yeah, and as quick as players are at this level, in this day and age, you've got to be perfect in your anticipation to draw the charge. And, even though that shot didn't go down, I like how they got him a wide-open look in space there.
Ball's knocked loose.
Boy, that's finishing the defense there. He made a good effort on that possession defensively and then closed it out with the rebound.
Pass to Durant. Lets the three fly. A three-pointer is right on target. Durant's got 7 points.
Yeah, there's 6 points on consecutive 3 balls. They're finding holes now in the D.
Beverly against Irving. Out to Ibaka. Takes a 3. They grab their own miss. And the wide open shot from Morris. Connects from three-point range.
And this is in Morris's wheelhouse right here. Extremely fluid with the catch and release.
Durant with it. 7 points in the game. From deep.
Well, the quickness of Paul George on defense.
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Well, it's Brooklyn out in front at the half. They have a nice 7-point lead. And over to Shaq. And that does it for our halftime show. We now...
I promise to pray for a positive fate. Had the world in your
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books. 1 half to go. An exceptional performance so far from James Harden.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
You know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
We've got Marcus Morris. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverly. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Ibaka in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the group starting the second half for Tyronn Lue. Leonard, no luck.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
You know what? That's a confidence shaker for him, though. That's a shot he expects to make every time.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Up their last 5 baskets, 3 have been triple.
Here's Beverly, still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Latrey, rebounded by the Nets. Right side Durant. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. And it's a 12-point Nets lead. Outside, George from outside the arc hands it from downtown.
And sometimes with George, it doesn't really matter where he's squaring up from. If he's in rhythm, even from distance, you've got to get a hand in his face or he'll drain it.
Now here's Jordan. Harden outside. Back to Jordan. Shot clock at 6. Some solid defense from Ibaka. Clippers trail by 9. Here's George over Harden. 2 free throws coming up, and they called it. And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul, seeing if that was the right call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They have decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. DeMarcus Cousins comes in for Morris. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. And it's Jackson in for Patrick Beverly. Reggie, we hear this a lot. It's almost too popular now to say good offense beats good defense. Being a defensive-minded player yourself, do you agree with that statement?
Absolutely, Kevin. And the thing is, in today's game, when I play, there was an era, you could hold teams in the 80s and 90s. You could go a quarter and keep them at 12, 15 points. You can't do that now. It's different. You've got to be able to win stretches of 2 and 3 minutes. And honestly, you're right. The offense does dictate far more, but it doesn't discount the importance of defense. And if you still look at the reigning champs and the teams that have won titles recently, that's still one area that they're consistent in is their defensive approach.
Well, the timing of Griffin really superb in these situations. He has a great sense for when to leave the floor on these alley-oop jams.
And he commits the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. Maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
And they're not having as much success from long range as they did in the first half.
That one drops for him. Batum's got his first bucket in this one.
And, that wingspan, those arms are very long for Batum. Uses them well to score through contact.
Irving finds Dinwiddie. Steps back and fires. Cousins pulls it in.
Well, he wants that one back. I mean, more often than not, he'll sink that mid-range jumper.
Lets it go with the 3. The Clippers rebound.
Yeah, you can't forget about the long arms of Batum. I mean, I want to see him be more active on the offensive glass because he's capable.
Dinwiddie attacking. Stolen by Zubac. And now the Clippers on the break. Batum's running. An easy 2 points on the layup. Batum's got 6 in the quarter.
Boy, the quick feet and long strides of Batum, especially lethal in the open court.
Irving looking over the floor. Launches a 3. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Clippers trail by 6. Batum passes to Jackson. Cousins, and then Cousins with the dunk.
Beautiful job closing the gap here. Let's see if they can sustain this run.
This game was in danger of getting away from them. They've made a nice push to keep it close.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn.
Yeah, things not going their way, and he wants to just try to talk this one over.
And you know what, guys? If for nothing else, just to slow things down a little bit, change it up somewhat.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. And then for Brooklyn, Kevin Durant's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Brown comes in for Joe Harris. And it's James Harden in for Dinwiddie. Now here's Harden. 10 points for him. Griffin kicks to Irving. A 3-ball. Harden's shot is off.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
I certainly do. I like to see guys do their work inside. Their rebounding has been excellent, and that's always important in a close game.
Oh, great ball movement there.
And so it's Irving with it, bringing it up for the Nets. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. No good again that time.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him. But luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack. You got to love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And, you know, you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think.
That's exactly how you send it. Two hands and down.
3/4 of play in a close game here. Nets lead by 1. And when we return, we'll get the fourth quarter rolling right here on 2K Sports. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant read of the defense. I mean, it was also excellent anticipation of the movement of his teammates before the pass. Just great harmony on all sides.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. On the court for the Nets, getting the fourth quarter going. Griffin is out there with DeAndre Jordan. Then there's Brown. Then it's Harden. And it's Durant in at the small forward. The 15-footer. That shot, no good. And Brooklyn will now go the other way with it. Shot on the wing. And that one off the back of the rim and in. And the Nets lead by 3.
He's somebody that's really comfortable carrying the offensive load.
Harden against Rondo. Out to Ibaka. And it's Durant with the rebound. KD's got 4 rebounds now tonight. And Harden wide open. He shoots. Morris with the rebound. Clippers shooting pretty good tonight at 48%. Man passes to Leonard. At the elbow, it's Ibaka. Ibaka drawing the double team. Kicks it out to Leonard. Pocket 2. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over.
You know, guys, sometimes that just happens, but you don't like to see it when the game is this close.
George is checked in for the Clippers. Patrick Beverly comes in for Rajon Rondo. And a change for the Nets. Kyrie Irving's checked in for Blake Griffin. The 3 from KD. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Clippers trail by 3. To the paint, here's George. The rebound by the Nets. Harden's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Pull-up jumper. And there's KD. That's good on the assist by Jordan. And that's 13 points for KD. For Los Angeles, they've gone 0 of 3 to start the fourth quarter. George looking around to the inside. Takes it out to Leonard. Back to Ibaka. Takes it off the glass.
Yeah, I love the court awareness from Kawhi there. Dependable at getting it to his uncovered teammates.
We're in the fourth quarter here. Just under 2.5 minutes gone. KD dishes to Harden. Brown outside. A nice shot by Irving. And the Nets lead by 5.
Kyrie, not a bad answer. He'll give you the needed hoop when you need it most.
Fourth quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. Back to George. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a 3-point play. It's going to be on James Harden.
Hey, when you've got a player like George, in these moments, you turn to him. He knows how to deliver in the clutch.
There's a check in for Brooklyn.
This is what makes him special, his ability to come through in these spots.
A good look from Harden, and he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops.
He's so clutch. When the pressure is at its highest, that's when he's at his very best.
There's a minute 34 left here in the fourth quarter. Beverly the pass to Ibaka and stolen by Harris. Oh, and a fast break for the Nets. For three. Harden, no good. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. 4-point game. And that one's good. Leonard.
And guys, that's the man you want with the ball in his hands on that critical possession. Kawhi being his best in the biggest moments.
Durant just inside the line. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Durant's got 6 in the quarter.
Well, in my mind, KD is one of the top 10 all-time guys that you want taking that shot. His length, his ball handling, his shooting, and his confidence makes him huge in late-game situations.
And this is where Ibaka's steely demeanor serves him well. No hesitation under pressure.
In the corner, it's Harris. Here's Irving. It drops.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
Well, that was 1-2. He wanted the ball. Nobody else was taking that shot.
Now, here's George. Pass to Beverly. Harden against George. Lock at 6. He kicks it to Ibaka. Over Harden. Ibaka, no luck. And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
Yeah, you can't let them hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
No, you got to foul. I mean, it's going to come down to free throws here. Foul right away.
And an intentional foul right there. He drops the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion.
And, you know, after being a 6th man during the beginning of his career, Harden has blossomed into a big-time star. He's a top-tier combo guard in this league now.
George from deep three-point land. No good on the quick three.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
You know, guys, I think he's got confidence to shoot it from anywhere.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll do it, folks.
Thank you.